You've chosen a podcast from Low Moon Origins. Enjoy.
Welcome back. This will be session 3 of the 30th anniversary Low Moon Retreat, where a team of adventurers with characters both from the Low Moon Uprising Party and the Low Moon Origins Party will come together to try to hunt down the last, what may be the last anyway, remaining Dawnali, and to entreat him to help them save young King Victor. I hope you enjoy, as this game was played for your entertainment and for ours.
And you found out then that he was a Dawnali, that he was a member of a distinct race, because you didn't know how important it would be until basically last night when we met with the Queen. She said that they should have amongst their legends the secrets of how to make the potion necessary to save Victor IV from his being the destroyer of worlds and killing everybody around him, pretty much apparently at random, or under pressure from anxiety or whatever. Okay? So you have basically 36 hours to the first coronation spot. You did get, those of you who are a spellcaster, you need to, there was an app available, and then your Lorelei was getting a plane shift spell to be able to take the party back. The plan was to come back, and then you needed to transport things. Athena was going to be available to teleport as a possibility anyway, which is, that's where you want to do it. And it was to get to the area where Jake and Janie and Charlotte know a portal to the elemental plane of water may exist. So at some point in time, when you guys got separate alone, they did explain to you that basically the way they got into the elemental plane of water previously was through a portal using an amulet, and each person had to wear the amulet. The portal was located on an underground sea, which was located under a vault called the Morin's Vault, which is in the Wild Coast. Jake, Janie, and Charlotte are wanted in the area by the law. You can call it the law. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
What other spells do I have besides these ones? You said I had other
Right. So, a couple of things out of that description that I just gave that kind of could be an issue is, one, if it's on an underground sea, you may need a way to navigate an underground sea. The last time they did it using Theon's folding boat. Theon is not with you. So, you may need a method of doing that. So you have, obviously, you get canoes. There actually was a room in the same dungeon area that had some canoes in it. So that might be a possibility. And, okay, so are the three of you comfortable with telling the rest of the story as far as the fairy incident and the dragons?
Sure.
Okay. They encountered a fairy on the elemental plane of water, befriended it. It came to them and asked them, while they were there, to go and help because the fairy queen had been captured by a dragon. They went, they saved the fairy queen. In the process, they killed the dragon. They left it lying dead in the pool of water that the fairy and fountain where the fairy home was. Polluted the water. The dragon was a green dragon. It was also bringing in effect like spring, but a month and a half early. So the sun was shining, they were bathing in the water, they were playing, everything like that. And after they killed it, the fairies attacked them. After they killed the green dragon and the rest of the queen, the fairies attacked them. And the point is, the fairy brought them out of the elemental plane of water to there, and there was a pool that was right there where the dragon was, and it was super deep, at least 60 feet, and Jake lost his magical plate mail armor in that pool and couldn't get it back. It was too deep. Yes, you have regular plate armor, not magical. Ordinary plate. That's the word. Tough luck. Okay. You can leave as early as about 3 a.m. after the nap and people get spells. I just need to know any quick arrangements you want to make. The marketplace is obviously closed. If somebody had a way, like you wanted to get shoes and shrink them down using a shrink spell or something like that.
Reduce.
So it reduces, yeah, that's what you'd need. So you could get shoes and reduce them down. Item would also work, so the item, that kind of thing. And that we would have them before we get down there.
I have item.
Okay, so
Well, I will be keeping it.
you will be. So both of those are possibilities. And within reason, after I give you this list of spells, Chris, you can pretty much kind of say you have this memory or whatever based on the number you're allowed to have, which is, I think, 4%. She's on
This one goes like 16 turns.
This has her as 10
turns per hour.
That's still right. So it's at 4, 4, 3, 3.
How far is the navigation in this underground sea? Distance-wise or time-wise?
Well, they got on, they had to get on a river that sort of dumped out into the sea, and they were on the river for about a half mile.
And that was to get them to the sea, and then there was the
Correct.
distance to travel across the sea?
It wasn't far, like a couple more yards.
Okay. Just wondering whether, 2.5 hours of walking would equate. And it sounds like it should, at half a mile plus some more.
Right, these are the numbers that, I forgot what I read, but it's 4, 4, 4, 3, 3. All right?
Yep. 3 4s, 2 3s.
So, maybe I should take one.
Bad idea. What do you do now?
And then I can transfer it, then,
Lunch company.
Correct. So I have a spell and memory, but it's not the one you want. You can roll and try to transfer these some of those cards. Go and have cast from the same level.
You're the infamous.
Or
Yes.
you can multiply, combine, blah, blah, blah. whatever.
At least brief introductions are necessary.
Yeah, so kind of an idea of
As
what
I
you
mentioned,
do.
I'll start. Victor Barristan III, father of the king-to-be, son of Miss Cove, a knight, obviously, and a fairly decent warrior, if I do say so myself. When it comes to things like that, between the two of us, Mama was much more the sword, where I'm much more the shield. Next.
I'm Jake McAllister, son of, that's first name.
I just totally spaced right that second myself. McAllister.
Jenny, what's your dad's name?
Arthur McAllister.
Arthur,
Thank
son of
you. Arthur
Arthur
McAllister.
McAllister.
I figured I'd ask her.
I'm usually the sword and shield for my party.
I'm Dawn Nightwind. I'm a paladin from Inland.
Yeah, don't forget your
I
god.
am a follower of
She might smoke you for that.
It's not bad.
Well, I have a few things that might help when we try to go to talk to Christmas. If the water is too high, I have something that could lower the water if needed, depending on what situation we're in.
Alright, you're gonna have to speak up. We cannot hear you.
What I'm saying is, if we have a problem with how high the water is, I could help lower it or something like that. But I know for sure if we need to, I could probably deal with the water. But besides that, we will probably have to take a canoe to go in. Because if not, we're probably gonna deal with more difficulty than needed.
And you are a druid?
Yes.
We're just assessing what we have in the party because we don't know.
What's your name?
Jenny.
We met her last name.
No, I never did.
We were never formally introduced.
There were no introductions at the.
Almost back in Pete's hand.
Do something.
I'll go.
This is my buddy Charlotte.
I'm Lorelai, High Priestess of Hecate. So, I can heal, I can blow things up. General, all purpose.
Have I seen you somewhere else?
Potentially, maybe.
Okay.
Can you think of where?
No.
I'm Zepthina. I'm a gray elf. I don't like the sight of blood.
So neither the sword nor the shield.
Oh, well then you probably wouldn't like me much. I'm all gourd. Charlotte.
Any talent you bring?
I'm Zepthina.
Septhina wields magic.
Another one of those.
Charlotte, and I shoot things with a bow. And I recently inherited a keep off of over on the Dawnali border.
I'm from the desert. I don't like the cold. I don't like sight of blood.
For somebody who dies a lot, you've got to get over that blood thing.
You die? You died?
Yeah, multiple times.
What happens when you teleport into rock?
So does that mean that you're like a rock zombie?
No, she was raised. She's not a zombie.
Poor Jake. Oh.
Okay. So spells are memorized.
Do you want to review what I re-chose?
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the 2-cent tour. Disappear from one place, appear in another, but it's not like a teleport. It's like distances. It's like 50 foot that way, or 1,000 foot that way, or something like that. And you have a little delay when you get there. It's a little bit slow. You guys should know that one now. Rectangular area where the ground slippery does damage. Minor blow, first or third level spells. So you cap that on yourself, when the time is up.
Am I still level 4?
No, actually, should be both level. You got that as points for it too.
Okay.
Okay, stun skin, over there.
I remember
Yeah,
that.
already turned. Okay, and you could have that on already.
What level are these?
Starts here at first level. It's 1, 2, 3,
Come on, 0.
3,
Plus con 3, so 50.
4, 4.
Hey Jake, how many hit points does Jake have
I
yet?
have that. I have those two already.
How many hit points do you have now?
43.
Ha, I got more than you.
Spider climber, right?
Charlotte has more than you.
I got 51.
Paralyzed.
7.
Yeah,
So where's that right?
13.
You're 7.
What did he say?
Trained for 7 and, well, trained for 6, so I'm at the bottom of 7.
These creatures from another plane.
Just want to make sure.
They can use a weapon.
Oh, God.
Oh, I was probably supposed to.
She's a tackler, not a thrower.
Were we supposed to? Dice 3 is to roll first.
That was 9. Blah.
Don't remember what.
I tried.
I'm pretty sure I didn't roll. I'm not sure.
It goes by class.
Not like, oh
Yes, actually, when you cast it, you roll up to 2 rocks or 2 wells in there.
Dan normally help you level up. Dan normally help you level up.
Usually.
And you probably did roll up, because that's the first thing you have to do.
Okay.
Beat him in the face.
Spider climber, especially ability, kind of like stuff.
Very soft.
It's like it was a Christian, that's why he's not important. I didn't take him outside and substitute on the book. I don't know how to
There's
play.
no outside tackle.
Yeah, there you go. Spider-Man.
See, that's
Well,
not
that's
bad, because I'm
high
gonna
speed.
spoil by this now.
Pushes, basically it's a force that pushes stuff away from you, like force push.
So what you're saying is you're
Jump
the
what's
kid
the
now.
distance.
First effect.
Arden, roll a new character because.
Huh?
Arden, roll a new character because Leon's being kidnapped. I'm gonna item him.
Okay, got it?
I just think,
Yeah, Mark 4-4.
Based on how I was
4-3-3.
acting last night, I can afford I would get along swimmingly.
Just item him in his
You
sleep.
definitely want to have some teleport capability because they don't really
Or is that not working?
It works in
so,
and you don't
It's
necessarily
basically
close your
druids,
door.
spell, or mages that are no close to myself.
Oh, it works
I
on
didn't.
It just messes them up.
It's just very likely that kills him.
Because you can name them off and replace
Can I use
them.
that to get the?
Guys, close, so I'm hoping
Or
they'll
do
flow.
I at least tell them?
Yeah, so
They do it a different way.
you can't get to the elemental plane with teleport or dimension door, either one, because it's a different plane. They both move you around the plane. Teleport will literally take you anywhere on the planet that
Okay.
you can envision or know where it's at. Dimension door would be like somewhere on this block.
Okay. Right.
And you can do it like this. You can go fit with that, but you can't do it with teleport.
Okay.
Green is what I'm switching in.
Okay. Okay. Works for me.
You can even look at the back where the high levels go.
Well, I didn't realize that. What's on that?
Plane shift and find the path. She sometimes plays with my 6th level spells, so.
Someone does anyways.
Not Jenny.
It's either Hecate or
Not
Dina.
Jenny.
Okay. All right, so if someone, are you getting canoes and item take them with you, or are you going to rely on that there might be something there when you get there? Or try to make them on the spot?
Like what?
Can't make them so.
So somebody get a couple canoes and then reduce them or item them?
Sure.
Reduce is a much smaller spell. I mean, it's first level. Duration is a question.
Yeah,
I think
don't
we're
know.
gonna have to item in English just because of the number of people.
Because we only
We're gonna
have one
teleport.
amulet.
Yeah. If we're gonna teleport, there's only,
That's why we should
can
probably
carry something.
wait till we get
That's
there and
true,
then
too.
pass it on
Yeah,
as we
you
go
teleport.
through.
Okay. Well, we have one amulet, so, and you cannot be itemed. You cannot be itemed.
I cannot be itemed.
You cannot be itemed. So one of the 3 of you will have to wear it.
Can I be
The rest of us
itemed?
go in an item.
No.
I can't actually put myself in the item.
No, you cannot be item.
I can't be
It can
itemed.
be cast on you.
I know.
You probably kill
Oh.
you're going to be cast.
The duration of reduce is 1 turn per level.
This
The
doesn't,
effect of it is to reduce something
Wait, so you're turning us into an item
down
of
to
some
1,
sort?
roughly.
yeah, you'll be a piece of paper.
I don't think I like that.
You can't go in it. You're open to flows of magic. It would most likely.
Non-living matter, 5 cubic feet, so a canoe, per level of the caster. Interested in giving financially to Low Moon and support the campaign? Text LMGIVE, that's LMGIVE, to 419-419-0095. This will be affected.
Well,
Last return per level.
No.
so in theory then, instead of iteming everyone, we could reduce most of the people
Right.
And carry
and
through.
keep the items well for other uses if necessary.
The teleport when we get back, because we won't arrive where we come in at.
So how many items can I reduce at once?
You can do 5 cubic feet per level, so your 10th level, which would be, you can do 50 cubic feet, which would be like,
So we'd all fit in it.
yeah, 7 or 8.
Alright.
But everybody would be short, short. So that's, or you can just do it like you want. Yes, the size reduction is 20% per level. It goes, so you go down 20%.
You can be reduced.
And then 20% of that, and 20% of that. You never go to 0.
Yeah.
So it's not reduce you by 200%, it's reduce you by 20%, take you down to 80, and then by another 16%, and then push it down to 64. So she can make you all under a foot tall, basically.
Yeah.
For simplicity's sake. And then she can teleport you all, because you'll all be small, you'll all be tiny.
Is that the?
Or you could, yeah, and for that matter, if you didn't want to do all, she can teleport like 3 people, then you could do reduce on everybody and the canoes, and one teleport would be able to take everybody. As long as there were like 3 people that didn't get reduced.
I think that's about the only means, or the teleport is the only means that I know we have access to is to travel that distance.
Sounds like a plan. Now, she's never been there. So unless somebody can show it to her, she will be.
She said she knew somewhere in the general vicinity last night.
Yes, she does know places in the general vicinity. And then you still have some distance to travel, eventually.
Hopefully.
And also there's a question of where are you going exactly? So you're trying to go near the Wild Coast, near Morn's Vault. Does anyone scribe in any way? So she could actually see where she's going? Magic mirror or something?
I could have.
Looks
That would be good. Maybe you would have something else if you did.
We didn't really run
Danny
through
doesn't have
logistics
magic mirror
before I did
or,
this.
reflecting pool, does she?
I think I'm supposed to get new spells though.
I doubt you would have time to rotate though. So that's where you can have them full, but you wouldn't have all day. So that would take like 7.5 hours already.
I already filled in what I had back in.
So
So
scrying is out.
So if
Unless
we
you
get,
help, you might get
Well,
help from
does she-
Celia.
Yeah. The little
Your,
druid girl.
her shrine, did she have it on a scroll or something?
No.
if we got into the vicinity of the Wild Coast, what would it take us? Say we're within 5 miles of where we need to be. What difficulty would we face getting to the vault, through the vault?
The current problem is the only entrance that you are aware of that is not caved in is literally in the basement of the keep. The other one they blew up, as you'll recall. So you're going in through the Morn's Vault. The entrance is grumbled completely. Unless you go in through the keep, which means you have to get into the basement of the keep.
I'll need to get in through the basement of the keep because there were a ton of goblins in that vicinity and they burrowed holes down into the basement of it, but I think they caved all those in. So we'll need to get through the keep somehow.
Any chance that you're on good terms with whoever owns this keep?
No, we're wanted in that area.
Yeah, we're wanted. We're bad.
Being wanted doesn't mean you're not without allies in the area. At least in my experience.
There wasn't really
The
anybody
enemy of
there.
my enemy is my friend.
Makes sense, like always find somebody that hates that guy. Shouldn't be hard. It's not that likable.
That's assuming it's the
Well,
same
let
guy.
us see if it's possible that Celia will have the ability to do something along those lines.
Okay, so you're gonna see about her scrying, trying to locate, because if she can teleport you directly to the cave complex,
It would save a lot
so
of
if needed
time.
to teleport you directly to the cave complex by seeing it in the scrying or something,
Yeah.
then that would speed things up. But I'll tell you what.
So I really don't want to have to fight my way in and hurt people that don't need to be hurt at this time.
They're not really friendly.
Won't waste resources that we're going to need.
Just because they're not friendly doesn't mean I want to kill them.
She can reflecting pool. She does after about 3 minutes, based on your description. She is not able to locate the vault or even the land immediately surrounding the vault. Now, mind you, there are hundreds of keeps that match the general description. Even with the heraldry, she's not coming up with anything. So finding the vault or finding the land immediately near the vault to see it in the image after 3 minutes, she is failing to do so. She's got about 5 or so minutes more that she can try, but she wants to know, is that really what you want to do? Do you want to spend it all on that, or is there somewhere else I need to look?
Is there anything else memorable? I mean, did she look for the underground sea or leave that area?
No, she didn't look for the underground sea, but even if she found it, it's an underground sea.
Well, I mean, the area where they put the boats in.
Oh,
near the
okay,
end.
yeah, so she just, they described like the
Gotcha.
rooms, got canoes, looks like this, they even do a little sketch.
Okay, gotcha.
Isn't it where Janie purified the water for that one guy who was in the water? I forgot his name.
No, you're thinking of it, the keep.
Uh,
Oh, yeah, don't forget you have a water skin. That could be a useful resource.
Right.
what's that?
Isn't he in a barrel?
She has a pocket bard.
The
Why
guy
is it a
who was
barrel?
in the water.
Wait a minute, yeah.
Yeah, he was in the barrel.
Barrel.
Okay, quarter cask, man. So you have a quarter cask of water.
Why'd you guys bring him with? That's horrible. He probably was comfortable back up there.
He wanted to go with us.
Did I use my shoehorn this time?
Yes, and Bezor and
He said
Let's say
sure.
Moody decided to take him.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Sorry.
we're coming up zeros.
How did you get home? She says, from the elemental plane of water. How did you get home?
We believe the fairy teleported us or transported us
Barry brought us back.
for us to save them.
It seems somewhat outside the ability of a fairy.
I think she showed us the way to the water.
Basically, we were on the island, and she showed you the valley where the dragon and the fairies were from, felt like a million miles away, and she went like that and pulled it closer, and then you were shot into the picture and rolled out in the woods near the waterfall.
Did she do folding?
Yeah, it's not folded.
No.
Anyway, so do you describe that to
Yeah.
her? She says, okay, so somewhere near the pond is an anchor point to the elemental plane of water. Which means, and you came from the island that you were on, and that's where Precipice is?
Yeah.
Which means if you went to where the pond is, where the fairies are, and cast your plane shift, you would arrive on the elemental plane of water somewhere closer to the island that they left. For example, that's one way to do it. But if you could find the gate, you wouldn't need the plane shift. You could just go through. It would have to be some natural source of water that was something special.
Wouldn't that
Like the pond itself, if it was really, really deep, or the waterfall was somehow magical in nature. That could be
Are
it.
we talking about the little pond where the guy came out? Or
You're thinking of the keep. Getting further back, this is where you fought the green dragon and the fairies all built the entire party. Were you even
When you
there?
took a
Maybe
bunch
maybe you weren't there.
She was there because she took a bunch of damage for trying to get coins out.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's where you stole the fairy treasure from.
No.
That's right. That's what we're talking about.
That wasn't my fault.
You know, the next time he's on there, don't kill him.
Right here.
What's the for a second? You tell land I can't kill him. He's flying. I might be able to kill him.
Did Ron leave the fly spotter in here, or did he take it with him last
I
night?
don't think I've ever seen him. I don't see him now. If you see him again, let me know.
It's a blue one. Yeah, there it is.
It's less fun when you look back and see if they hit the first one.
It's from our house.
Hey, so it's not.
All right. So that would be a possibility, would be to go to where the waterfall is and try to locate the actual connection point between the elemental plane of water and here. We might need some magic to do that. Locate the object, find the path. Something like that.
So let's see if we can find the vicinity of that.
Yeah. That'll be obvious.
So is it possible that we can find that in this right then?
The pond?
Yeah.
Probably. I mean, based on that, I can try.
Oh, okay.
He tries to find the polluted fairy pond.
I could purify it later.
Yes, it takes her 2 minutes, but she finds it. You
Okay.
see the pond, you see the waterfall,
Memorize this.
you see the body of the dead green dragon still laying with its wing in the water. The water all around the dragon looks like festering and nasty. There's bubbles in it, like it's stagnant. Even though the waterfall is pouring into it constantly, it looks stagnant. The grass and bushes all around the pond are dying off.
Are all the fairies still there?
Say again.
How big are the dragon?
It was probably mature.
So too big to really drag out easily.
Yeah.
Are all the
Not
fairies still
reduced.
there?
Or items.
I mean, I might be able to.
Are all the fairies still there?
No, you don't see any fairies in here at all.
Okay. So if we can get to, we now have a location that can get us to here,
Right.
where we can potentially find a anchor to the elemental plane of water. We would have to plane shift there, which means we wouldn't have a.
Unless you find the actual gate.
So there's actually a
Find-
gate.
This is the connecting point between the two planes. So if you can find the actual gate, you should be able to go directly. And actually, that would be really, really good because it would probably take you directly to the island where they came to before.
I think we get here.
If my mother was here, she could find a thread and follow it back. That's a relatively unique ability.
I
however.
get one of those looks on my face.
Oh, so frustrating. She used to be able to do that, but she can't now.
I'm broken.
So,
I
she said if you're going to use this
Yes.
image to go, you've got 2 minutes.
All right.
Reduce-
So celebrate?
Yeah, we're gonna have to teleport, we have to reduce everything.
Okay, so are we not taking the canoes then? No, we probably might want to still take the canoes. Just
We'll
to
take the
say-
canoes just
yeah,
in case,
because we could use them in the elemental plane of water if need be.
or if we have to do something with them to get to the anchor point, or
Right.
the gateway.
Right. Okay, so the canoes are reduced. That leaves you 1 minute. You look in the picture, you have everybody join hands. And she says, she basically utters one magical word. Sounds like, shrock, and it kind of rings in your ears. And the imagery of the sitting room of the queen disappears and is replaced by the forest. Immediately, the main sound you hear is the rushing of the waterfall. But instead of that clear, crisp, kind of white noise rushing that you always hear when you hear a waterfall, it sounds like constantly. This sounds more broken and kind of like there's bubbles and like the whole time. And you realize, you saw in the image that the water is kind of pasty and nasty in the area where the dragon died, and the water's pouring into it. Yes, Mom?
I can fix it.
Maybe, it's a lot of water.
I
Can
can
you fix
fix
it eventually?
I mean, yeah, but nothing.
And we would have to pull the dragon out, or it's just gonna get reinfected.
I was going to.
Okay? So, you're right near there. I mean, 10 steps, and you'll be able to see the pond, to see the waterfall, survey the area. You're on a ridge overlooking. Most people recognize that you came through. This is where you stood when you started that conflict with the dragon back when.
Did you fight the dragon before or after you came back from the plane of water?
After.
Is it possible that the corruption here might negatively affect the anchor? Or the gateway?
You no longer have Celia with you to answer that question. So he's just tossing it out there.
Otherwise, I think we could find a way to at least get rid of the dragon's body or move it.
I could probably do that.
I'll start picking
I
up.
could move the dragon's body.
Probably.
You have to go down there. So
But
drop over
it
and
would
look
take
at
me-
it. Climb down or walk down.
I'd have
Go around the
to.
slippery rocks and up to where it
Well,
is.
first I'd have to move it out the way, but like it's, I can only have
They just head down
bear
where
strength
the
for
dragon
I
is.
think.
Can I
3
item
minutes.
the dragon? Is it too big?
What's the mass limit?
Double.
4,500 kilograms.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay.
It is considered dead, so that's the good news, because you can item more dead than alive. It's 4 times more, I think.
Item 2 cubic foot per level of the caster, or the duration is quadrupled.
That was just the duration. So 2 cubic foot per level of the caster.
30 cubic foot.
So it's like 3 by
10 by 1.
5. No, not even close.
Can I polymorph him into something else?
You could well,
He's not alive, so.
do you have another reduce?
I can transfer to it.
So what?
I think
Can
we
you
need
make this one?
that.
It's really heavy.
And
Jane,
we
you
can
can make
potentially
things
get it out.
Jake is strong.
Can you make things
Jake
small?
almost has hairspray.
Make who small?
So Jake is
The dragon.
currently
Yeah.
navigating the
Oh,
slippery
I
rocks
have
to get
to
near
lift
to the
it.
dragon. You can roll a d20.
I have a question. Would I be able to lift the dragon and then try and make it smaller? Like, I'd have to
No.
have a bunch of help.
You can't lift it up off the ground. And that will
What
only do
about
stuff
if I
that you
use-
can physically do yourself, not with help.
If I use bear spray.
It's too heavy. It probably weighs 800 to 1,000 pounds.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus,
probably
that's
more
small.
than that.
Yeah.
A
Well,
cow
they are
is that.
flying beasts. Yeah, they are flying beasts. Cows and horses are not, so.
we
Well,
could,
if it's only that, then
we could
What's
chop
that?
off its parts one by one. Okay, hear me
So
out.
Jake is next to the dragon.
I begin trying to move the dragon.
I'll go help Jake.
Did Bono end up coming with us?
Yes.
If everybody helps, I could probably help drag it away with bear strength. And we might be able to actually move it away.
If you can move it, we can move it, Bono says.
So
Problem
is
is, it's
everybody-
also big and sloppy.
yeah.
So, like,
Getting a hold of it.
you can get a hold of its wing, you can get its wing out of the water, you can move its tail pretty easily. You can even begin to
Right,
kind of
right.
drag it a little bit, inches at a time. But it's going to be, for one person to do it,
Yeah.
you know, you're basically going to have to at least drag it through the pond. And once it gets in the pond, if it sinks, it's just going to be at the bottom of the pond. So you need ropes or something. I mean, from head to tail, it's about 50 foot long.
I only have 20-foot rope. I think I might have two of
So-
those.
Anyway, you think you can move it, but as far as getting it free of the pond area, you're talking about an hour, 2 maybe. Rolling it over, sliding it, moving it a little bit at a
I
time.
think if you transfer to the reduce, that will make it manageable.
Yes, and it is within your area of effect to reduce it. Right? Just gonna try transfer?
Yep.
Roll
Stand
d20.
back.
Yeah, you guys should probably
Yeah, you guys.
back away
Clear
from
the way
her.
in case she botches this.
Yes.
Oh,
If not, she will pull magic from your
Miss
head.
Chris is not very good with dice.
There's potential that she can pull spells from your head, so.
Yeah.
Wait, no more. Oh, yeah.
So,
I'll
are you gonna go down by the
I
dragon
don't
and do
know, you
it?
can't be items, so.
You can go
Yeah.
down
Who
by
knows
the
how
dragon.
it affects
So if you stay up here and she's down there, that's quite a bit of space. So. Right? So she goes down by the dragon. And?
10.
No problem. So direct transfer 1 for 1. What spell did you get rid of?
I got rid of read magic.
You need that right now. Okay. Okay, the dragon shrinks down to be about 15% of its former size. Jake can probably lift it by himself now.
Go for it, Jake.
Pick up the nasty. It smells like rotting flesh and mildew and mold all kind of rolled up in it.
I'm running away.
Yeah, the only good news is that when you had to touch it, the blood of the creature didn't look like blood anymore. It was more like a black slime, so it didn't really look like blood. All right, so you pick the dragon up and you carry it out to the woods.
Sure.
And okay, you go a little bit more. It's gonna go. Okay.
Pretty much. Job done.
Job done. Okay. You have cleared the dragon. Now it's no longer polluting the water, but the water is still polluted.
If we could help clean out if there's any trash or anything in there, I could probably purify it.
Okay. So she's saying some manpower and a spell, and she could probably make a difference.
Do you think anything with the dragon might be of value? I know we need bile, but it needs to be from alive ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we need the bile when it's alive. That's
Yeah. I just didn't know if there might be anything there of value. I didn't know when the bile could be collected and purified. Although, how long has this dragon been there?
Month, 3 weeks.
not that long, but yeah.
Well, enough to rot.
Yeah. Okay, we'll leave it for the time.
I don't think I would really want to try purifying it though.
I mean, we all know what the teeth
We
is.
need more work on the pond than the dragon at the moment.
Yes, work on the pond.
Okay, so you can clear some debris and then try to purify it the best you can, basically.
Yeah. Everybody else just start looking around the
Dragon
area,
men?
Yeah,
seeing if we can.
that's what I'm thinking.
That's why I said we know what the teeth do.
Yeah,
We might need to take these teeth with us so they don't make dragon men, and then we come back and there's all these dragon men we have to fight.
Well, they have to be buried and hatched out of the ground, so.
But they are, dragon teeth in general are dangerous.
They are very dangerous dragon men type people.
If you take the teeth of dragons and bury them appropriately, they will sprout up into humanoids with dragon features that will then typically fight with themselves until only one of them remains. And during that process, it tends to grow fairly competent.
And it is possible, it often happens that sorcerers will preempt the fight and wind up with a minor dragon army.
I should kill
I'll go back outside and start trying to collect the teeth.
Okay. It's easy enough. I mean, you hack it, the jaw with a sword, and the teeth basically fall out.
Basically,
Very
let's just
powerful.
destroy the teeth.
You got about 15, 20 whole teeth and a bunch of fragments.
What's helping clean up the pond?
I'll help.
Here.
We just need to smash the teeth.
Shirley,
So you
you
pull
want
branches out, use some branches to kind of
Are
sweep
you
some of
letting
them
us
up from the
smash the
surface, that kind of
Put them on a
thing.
couch and
Get to the point where there's really only some
15, 20 of them.
Well, I was
There's
going to
really only
see
some
if I'm
minor
not interested in
areas that are
Oh, well, if that's the case.
putrid.
Okay. Well,
And your
alright,
scalp,
so that's what
kind of
we
goes with
get.
that.
Yeah.
So you put your hands in the water.
17?
What you see is the water's kind of grayish and
That's
slimy
not
looking.
Uh-huh.
She puts her hands in the water.
As I pull out a pouch. Oh, okay. Put the pouch back.
So she puts her hands in the water, and you see like the clarity of the water spread from her fingertips out throughout the muck, like tendrils, and then it sort of all connects. And really, when you look at it, it looks pretty normal. It doesn't, for those of you who saw it that way before, it doesn't have that beautiful glistening that you first saw, that Jake, Janny, and Charlotte first saw. But it does look, again, like a normal natural pond and natural waterfall. Unpolluted by a dead dragon.
Can I look at the cave that the dragon was hiding in?
Is there anything else we need from this dragon body before I go back in?
Are the
It's too
spirits
rad
there?
for
The
me.
Can I look at, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you cross the slippery rocks, roll a 20.
Okay.
7.
Okay. You manage to step back in. The cave itself is empty. So the cave itself is
I'm
empty.
just following Jenny, so.
Oh, okay. Good.
This,
Yep.
dragon.
Yep, you're there.
Oh.
Okay. There's no loot. It's empty. You see the crevice at the back at which you liberated the fairy treasure previously. You see the cage, which the fairy was held in previously, which is laying on the floor. The bars of the cage are braided brass, it looks like, and the door is open. But it's not, the cage is not badly damaged. It looks like it could be closed and used if one wanted to shoot a songbird or something like that. But there's nothing else.
I think we should start going soon. How are we gonna do this though?
Check out Amaldan Inc. for incredible opportunities to support the ministry.
So yes. I was kind of just watching as they made their way back.
So Charlotte definitely went in the cave, they pulled grass behind the waterfall pretty much. You can see them here and there. Doesn't appear to be anything in it per se. Ms. Chris, what were you doing?
And I am just kind of surveying the area, so if I can pick out anything unusual in a place that might be a focus or anchor.
You feel like, and you don't know what to do anything with it, it's too frayed and chaotic, but you feel like this is an area where magic is quite intense. There's a lot here. So enough that you've had it. You either have two choices. You can try to draw in a bunch of it, which could be a little risky because that'll bust up what you got, or you stay, so far you've been kind of staying closed and hedged against it so that you don't have to worry about losing your
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay close. But I'm going
You
to
realize
let
there's
Lorelai know.
Okay.
Lorelai, this cave is like full of magic. Like deep magic. I'm keeping myself closed so that, you know.
I think we should figure out how to get into the thing soon.
If I need the packs of the anchor.
Mama says
Say, let's
the portal to the elemental plane
Good down there. He's looking down into what's now fairly clear water. It's got to be 60 feet down, maybe more. All that water's got to be coming from somewhere and sitting down there.
If that's the case, what's the chance of getting out of that?
I can go down there. It'd be fun.
That's a bit farther to swim for me.
Any chance that anybody has water breathing?
I do.
I have airy water.
How much, or how many people can you affect?
I'm not even sure. Was it?
Might be just one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a 3rd level spell.
Oh, probably not just one.
I'm checking area water.
I don't know how many for airy water.
Okay, air effect, water breathing, just the creature touched. It's just one person for druidic water breathing. But you actually get gills and breathe as a fish. You don't get the ability to breathe, like not have to breathe. And it lasts a turn per level. So you're what, level 6? So it would last
No,
for
I'm
6
7.
hours. 7 hours. So it lasts for 7 hours. It's a long time.
Alrighty.
Got area water?
Area water, yeah.
Air water creates an area, I'm not looking at it, but I'm remembering, it creates an area around your head that's air, so you can still do things like spell
It's
casting.
a
and like
2-inch diameter sphere.
that. So 20-foot diameter, so it could be everybody around you.
And let's see, turns water, less dense breathable substance, desirous of entering an underwater place, step into the water, cast a spell, and sink downwards in a globe of bubbling water, which he or she and any companions in the area affected move freely and breathe, just as if it were air rather than water.
And then when you move, it moves
How long
with
does
you.
it last?
Turn water.
Turn per level.
So
Hour and 40 minutes.
10 memorize 11. So.
Yeah, hour and 40 minutes. And there's only one word that has to be spoken to activate the magic, which means like you could even, if you fell in the water, as long as you had breath in your lungs, you could use it.
I'd say that's our best chance of getting down there. I don't know whether the effect on the water might limit the ability to access the gate, but
What do you think?
I can cast it when you guys are ready.
Do we? I'm just asking, but do we actually need everybody to go down there? Wouldn't that be more of a risk if we tried?
You need everybody to go eventually, because you don't know what you're going to find there, but to find the gate, you don't necessarily need everybody to go. So you could use water breathing on yourself or one other person, so you could go down there and find out whether it's there or not.
I could do it.
Might want to be able to swim.
Not swim, no, but if she does area water, then everybody can move normal. You can't
so you're thinking of going down and seeing if you can see if there's a gate.
Yeah. So this lasts for 7 hours. This is gonna last for 7 hours.
Water breathing, yeah, basically you get gills so that you can then breathe anytime you're in the water for the next 7 hours.
Alright. I'm gonna use it.
So you're going to activate that, and you're going to go down in the water and look and see if there's an anchor point to the normal bit of water.
Yep.
See if my arm is down there too.
If I do, I'll bring it up.
Try and avoid crossing over just by accident at least.
Alright. She jumps in the water and swims down. You can't be too heavily clad. You have to
I would have taken everything off.
Okay, so she's leaving all of her equipment sit on the bank.
My snake's
When you
slither.
guys come and she hasn't come back, you might have to bring it with you, for example. Okay? So she dives in the water, she swims down fairly gracefully. She looks like she knows what she's doing. Mind you, she did have gills, so it helps a little. And soon she's out of view at the bottom of the pool. Basically, you just see layers of rock, layer upon layer of rock. You're going down. It's getting darker and darker as you get down toward the bottom. There's always some light,
filter into the water, just a little bit, and there's almost nothing. And then when you get way down to the bottom, you can see where there should be a floor, and it seems to extend from the outside walls inward a few feet. In the middle of the floor, it's sort of transparent, like you can almost see right through the floor.
I'm gonna try.
Okay, so you go down, you put your arm there, and when you put your arm there, it feels like you're reaching out of the water into humid air.
I'm going to swim up until the...
Okay.
And then I'm going to swim back down and go through. Wait. I mean...
All your stuff is up there, don't
Sorry?
Now, if you're just going to sink down there, you can take your stuff with you, but you can't swim back up with it. That's your problem.
Okay, that's fine. But what about my snakes?
Yeah, that's another problem.
Can somebody stay here? I can't
They
leave my
should be fine.
snakes.
You think? I mean, they should be fine on the other side. So you need to get them, and as long as you go quickly, it shouldn't be a problem.
I mean, I don't know how long...
Chipmunk.
I don't know...
Yeah, if you go with them, they could all go, because she's going to make it so that everybody has air around them to go down. Yeah, she did notice that when she took her equipment up, she had a viper, a small snake, and a chipmunk.
Oh, where's my wolf, by the way?
Not here.
Oh. It's not dead.
No, it's not. It's back in New Line.
Wait, why is it back at Dawnali?
Because this is not the kind of thing you take a wolf to do. You're going to know.
One second. Wait, what about the owl egg? What about the owl egg?
Probably in your backpack. That's probably you probably have a big baby sack.
Yeah,
That's what you're
probably.
going to do. Otherwise, you have to sleep with it every night.
I mean, I didn't mind that. That wasn't a problem for me.
Yeah, but now you're not going to be there. You left at 3 o'clock.
I'll probably just had somebody babysit.
Take care.
Well, I'm gonna leave my stuff up there. I mean,
You're coming back up to tell them what you found.
yeah, and then I'm going back down.
Alright. And then are you getting your stuff? You may not be coming back this way.
I can't bring the chipmunk with me if I go down.
You can ask one of us to take it.
Oh yeah.
Take your
I'm
stuff
gonna tell
down,
them to. I'm gonna ask them to take my stuff down.
I'll let
after.
it take your stuff.
Thank you.
Do not leave your stuff sitting there.
Alright. So you're gonna have to hand the snakes to her, though there's no other way.
I will wrap
I'll
them
go
around.
Jake the chipmunk.
Are you comfortable with carrying the poisonous snake around your neck?
Sure.
She puts a little slime, the little red snake that's like this long in your pocket.
Like I'm naturally, it's okay.
What I do for my friends.
The chickmunk is gonna have to rest with somewhere without the other smaller snake.
Yeah, you can't put it in the same pocket.
Yeah.
They don't get along.
I can't take the chipmunk. I need it.
Yeah, Jake has your chipmunk.
Okay. I'm going to go back down.
There, she comes up. She tells you, yes, it looks like the bottom of the pool is just not there, and you can go through to the Olympic water directly. That's what she says.
And I'm going down.
And then she gets her equipment, some of it, not the animals. She hands a couple of the animals up, and then she's going back.
I believe we are at
Cast area water?
Okay. Cast area water, and basically she steps into the water, and as she steps into the water, she's sinking more slowly than you would expect, but like millions of bubbles are coming up around her.
that's our
I
cue.
have a question, because remember, when I transfer, like if I want to use a 5-level spot, but I don't have any 5-level spots left,
Right.
can I combine the three?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought, but I couldn't remember.
Make 2 2s and a 1, you can do that, but it's a little harder.
Okay, I just wanted to.
That's the
Coffee bottle.
coffee pot.
Yeah.
Okay, so she sinks into the water, and you all realize that you can basically join her.
Yeah.
Plenty of room.
Morning!
Okay, so everybody's in. You're breathing basically a mixture of bubbles. It's almost like kind of breathing. You can imagine like when you're in the shower and there's this real fine mist spray. That's what you're breathing. You feel like you're breathing just a hint of water, actual water droplets. It's not humidity, like just moist air. There's actual water, but it's enough air, 90% or more, that you're able to breathe. It's
It's a little disconcerting at first, because you realize that, you know, you have water in your mouth and nose, but your body seems to handle it fine.
Huh. When she said hairy water, I figured it would be more hairy.
Airy. Not hairy.
Can we talk underwater?
Yes,
No.
talking about it. Okay, and down you
What do
go.
you seem dumber than
I
usual?
didn't,
I mean,
like requisition.
Get a whole lot of sleep.
I didn't.
Yeah, Jake's not the glowing, like, he's not the shiny kryptonite rock, he's more like the dull, stop the door, we're going to hit you into that rock.
like you're acting more monkish.
I didn't vet.
Although you
who
did
I
just
was
get a
coming
point of
with,
intelligence.
so
Oh,
I just-
so that's not reflected on here.
I might have not a part of it. You actually have the stats to be a cavalier now.
All of Jake's intelligence is in fighting.
Yeah, no.
Oh,
That was the only point he was missing. So he's now a fifth level fighter that has the stats to be a cavalier, which is what his dad always dreamed of for him.
But he's pretty much dumber than everybody here. Even him.
Average dumbness. Okay, anyway, you sink down in the pond, or in the pool, blah, 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 all right? And lots of bubbles and stuff. Meanwhile, you swim down, and then I take it you're going to swim through the opening. Okay. So you disappear through
You
the
don't
opening.
put the armor first, you gotta swim to the open.
Wait, what?
Jake's armor.
Oh,
guys
do I
did-
see it?
What?
His armor.
Nope.
Well, then I'm going to swim straight
Yeah,
through.
did not see it. You assume it probably went through the
Through.
opening.
Yeah.
I'm still keeping an eye out.
Of course.
Now is the opening kind of
Nope,
sucking things
I'm going to go
in?
through.
No, it's basically covering 90% of the bottom of the pool, so if something sinks, there's nothing to stop it, it just goes through the opening. It'll, like a foot from the outside edge of the pool, like a foot is solid, and then the whole middle is basically semi-transparent. Okay? Cool. So, first you, and then the rest of the group as you go through the opening. When you hit the opening, any active magic spells on you end. Means the area water ends and the water breathing spell ends. And you fall effectively from the sky into the elemental plane of water. So, from your perception, you are falling roughly 300 feet straight down toward an ocean. So, and there's nothing, it's not a controlled fall, you are out of control falling. You are roughly 10 feet ahead of them to start with. So eventually you're going to hit that, and it's probably going to hurt.
No, it's probably gonna kill us.
What do you do?
I have my book bag on, right? I'm going to flip upside down and go if I can.
Probably your book bag, you don't think that's going to save you. That book bag is going to splat like a rock.
Oh, wait, my
Say again.
eggs.
Nobody's running back there.
Couldn't I like use my cloak to slow down?
Of
Like,
all things.
Huh?
A little one. It's not going to slow down, it's going to fall
Okay.
30 feet. So by the time you hit the bottom, you will be moving at about 300 miles an hour, so, or whatever the maximum falling speed is. I think it's not.
Okay,
It's gonna
I
hurt.
don't even have featherfall, so I don't
Me
know.
either.
In
I
the
have
book.
rings, but I don't remember what they do. I don't remember what my rings are.
Chance? I'm guessing there's probably not enough time to get the violin out.
Your owl statue was a normal size, right?
Probably enough time to get it out.
Yeah.
Size though.
Yeah.
Get it
How?
out and use it. It's gonna
Hey
be
Dan,
close.
how big is the owl statue?
How big is it? When it comes out full, you mean? It's a normal horned owl, so it's about 18, 20 feet tall.
I'm not really sure.
We're trying to go to archery, but we have the stroller, so we're trying to not go down that hill and up the hill. So I don't know if we can walk down the road to get to the path.
Okay, when you're not supposed to cross the road, that's surface level. You can drive over there. There's parking over there. Just drive over there and park on the other road.
Trying to walk.
I understand, but the rules are you're not supposed to walk across the road, so if you're gonna walk over there, you're supposed to go through the tunnel.
Oh, it's a tunnel?
Yeah,
Not
that's,
underpass.
Oh.
yeah, it's like
Under the
under
road?
the tunnel.
But if we walk down here, we'll get to the main entrance, right? We can just do that. I'm just trying to avoid this hill right there.
Oh, yeah, you shouldn't have to do that.
Just walking on the road doesn't mean it.
Just don't cross the road.
Right, okay, all right, I got
You
it.
know, it's all the way at the end of the boardwalk, and then it's a left.
Okay.
If you call them, you can figure out where they actually have the blue bag at.
I've tried, none of them are answering the phone, Aaron already answered mine.
That figures. I love it.
Can I?
How do you get your cell phone bills again?
Maybe I still have
Sorry,
my
face is on sign ordinance. If I transfer to area water and put us all in area water, would we just go float into the water, or would we?
You don't know what we have for sure, because now you're in elemental clean in water, so you're not really sure.
Do you know feather flow?
Get close. I yelled at everybody as I'm pulling out the violin.
I'm being generous.
Are we still reduced? No, we're not reduced anymore.
No, all magical effects ended. Can I activate my rod?
Sure, probably.
The one that turns into a blue dragon? Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to have him take me down instead of crashing into the water, and I will see if I can catch
By the
up.
time he is there, you will move fairly quickly already. You're trying to get the violin out, and you're not trying.
Yeah, and I yelled for everybody to get close.
You might want to shape.
Try and get close to
You can save yourself.
I'm gonna just use.
You're going, it's either death or shapeshift.
You're in a fluid.
So the air is.
You will die when you
water,
hit this
all kind of water. So actually, you see Jake swim, like Rick does try to get closer, or you see Jake swim, and you see he is able to actually
I
create
could turn
some
into a snake,
movement
but I'd kill you.
just by trying to swim.
I
more so than
think I have
you
some
can
to slow me down,
Okay.
but
Okay,
I forgot
I'm
where
gonna
it's
try
at.
to swim towards you guys. Visibility and then change.
Okay.
It's 10-foot radius, so anybody within 10 feet of me.
Well,
That'll be convenient.
It's invisible.
All right. So.
Yeah, we won't be able to see the bodies.
You will hit us if we're in 10 feet, is that what it
No,
is?
same.
Invisibility.
Certainly invisible.
Oh, okay.
please
Okay.
do not
But
kill
it does
me.
take two or 3 seconds to get. I think it's 3 seconds.
Visibility 10 foot?
Yeah.
So it's not,
You just have enough time to get it.
You're going to have to just do it. Who cares? Death or shapeshift? That's literally what you're looking at.
right,
3 seconds.
It's not gonna kill us. I mean, I'm down there, but that's not the point.
You're one second out of everybody else. So. What?
they don't know. Okay. You don't.
I'm gonna probably use my
Well, you
clothes
don't
to
know
like
either.
kind of make like
Yeah,
a
you don't know either.
something
Only
to catch
Victor
the
and I know
wind
what
more.
she is.
Yeah.
So this is
Only
more of a
those two.
surprise for you.
Oh, yeah.
It'll be
Yeah.
a surprise for everybody what she is.
All right, I'm just gonna change.
That's instantaneous. So.
I'm just gonna change.
All right. So Zapthina instantaneously shifts into a yellow dragon.
Oh my.
Jake screams like a little girl.
I grab
We can't
whoever I
hear
can.
All right. She begins to try to scoop you up. Okay. You have the rod out. You're preparing to activate it. You would probably get it activated at most 5 or 6 seconds before you hit the water. Okay. Jake is flailing and has. If you want to, and for Dawn same thing. As you're trying to swim, you could slow yourself some, but since the rest are not slowing, that would make a bigger gap between you and them. It's up to you.
I'm just trying to get to Victor because.
Okay, you have done that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to swim toward Victor too.
You got the violin out.
He seems like a trustworthy
Okay.
fellow with a
You
plan.
pull this bow across the strings of the violin, and the sound of it is frayed and awkward.
Ooh.
Yeah, you better put that back away,
So-
son.
It makes a
I'm grabbing Jamie and
Trying.
wait, no, choose something. Not right. Okay.
I don't
You
have a
scoop
lot of
up
options
Jenny.
here.
You scoop up Charlotte. Okay.
I can't carry much more than that.
No, but you can grab 2 of them and then swoop down to the water and
Yeah,
you'll
that's
hit
what
the water
I'll
harder than you would like, but then you can come back up and get at least a few more.
do. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do.
And actually, if you're willing to get them on your body, you probably could get them all, but you will crash.
Yeah.
You'll just slow them down radically and then all of them together. Might get slower in the sacrifice.
I'll do whatever causes the least damage to everybody.
Okay,
So you grab Janny and Charlotte and basically swoop them down into the water. You hit pretty hard, but not nearly as hard as you would have. And then you come back up and line yourself up, and you manage to grab Dawn, and then Jake, Victor, and Lorelei all basically hit you. You like want to transform it? You want to actually turn it into a blue dragon at that point, or you want to stop and not do it? It won't count as use if you don't do it. You're only 50 feet from the water from the ground, so. Okay. Also, roll anybody else.
17.
What's your intelligence?
18.
Okay. So you recall in your studies that blue dragons and yellow dragons are mortal enemies.
They are, but he listens.
Yeah, he wouldn't.
Well,
It's in their nature.
we'd see who's tougher.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the dragon and the rod might be tougher, but that's not exactly what you need right now.
If you don't want to miss any of the story, Low Moon Origins, Uprising, or Outsiders, like and follow our podcast. Please share it with friends.
Okay, anyway, so
Everybody always trying to kill me. Leon with bone, you with a blue dragon, y'all trying to kill me.
All right.
I didn't make it
so,
blue.
Janny and Charlotte, saving throw versus death magic, just for the damage.
That's paralyzed poison.
GPM.
Oh, I rolled a perfect 20.
Oh, awesome.
Look at that.
I rolled a
It's terrific.
You rolled a 4. Okay, so a made save is 5 points of damage. So Janny takes 5 and Charlotte takes 10.
No.
Okay. The rest of you basically, Vaughn is swept up and dropped the same way, so roll a save versus death magic.
Oh, by the way, when
That makes a difference.
Yeah.
we hit the water, how deep is it?
Okay, well, how deep is it?
Yeah.
No idea. Deeper than you can see.
Would I?
Paralyzed poison.
Do I see it?
It's paralyzed
as
poison,
deep
death
as,
magic.
I'm
No.
floating around? No.
Nope.
Okay, well I'm guessing
Then
I'm
I'm
short. Sure.
You don't see any short.
Wait, what?
It's
I made it.
What you mean?
Okay, so you take 5 points of damage.
Oof.
And the 3 of you, dex checks just to hold on to the dragon.
I'm
Made it.
playing the violin.
I don't have to make a death check to hold on to the dragon. I am the dragon. I went to roll and then I was like, oh wait a minute, I
Okay,
am the
so
dragon.
you made your dex check. Did you make yours as well?
I rolled a 17.
So that's a no. All right, so made dex check is 3 points of damage. A failed dex check is 6. And Zeptina.
Oh God.
Oh, I rolled up 5 points.
5 points? That's not too bad.
Okay. And there really isn't a splash. Like when you hit the water, it responds more like hitting a bowl of pudding. It goes out in every direction, and then it kind of resonates back some and like that, and you lay on top of it and sort of ooze down into it more than like hitting water. The air here is very, very humid, and so you feel like you're breathing almost like wool blanket air. But for the moment at least, you're breathing.
It's humid? Oh, I like it.
It's not particularly warm, just wet. It's not cold either. It's probably 80 degrees. There's no source of light anywhere, but there is sort of a constant light. So you don't see a sun, a star, a flashlight, or a torch, but there is light you can see. The water stretches as far as the eye can see. There's not a bit of land anywhere. But what you do see is here and there dotting the landscape, coming just out of what you would call the sky, is a waterfall that just comes out and then drops down into this huge underground, really elemental plane of water is what it is, sea that you're in. There's no land whatsoever. Okay. Now you're not even not treading water. You're not finding it difficult at all to stay at the elevation that you're at. You can't get up out of it, but where you're at, you just stay on the surface. You don't sink.
Good.
Okay? And then there's, in the far distance, you can see what looks to be about a half dozen waves that have arms that are moving across the surface. And you may be others as well, but those are the closest ones that you received.
I'm gonna try and get my bearings and see if I can remember where the islands are.
Okay. So if you're in the vicinity that you came through before, you recall you were in your boat and do you have directions?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll a d20. You do.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're pretty sure it's basically in that general direction, and you went there by boat before. You also remember that, like, you tried to row in the boat and it wouldn't work, but then Lycan got down in the water behind the boat and was able to push it.
Which reminds me, did our boats like get really big? Cause
Yes, that would probably happen when yeah, because the
All active magic.
did they break when they hit the water?
Let's find out. Who do we have? Let's say four three-person canoes. Number 1, broke. Number 2, survived. Number 3, survived. You got 2 at least. And broke. So you have so you got canoes for 6 people. That's what you have. Comfortably 3 people.
Can I cast?
You mean you want to try to cast and see what happens? You want to pick a spell that you're not worried about
I don't need a canoe, I'll just fly.
Well, the canoes will need to be
I
pushed.
think
We
you
can't, like,
probably
grab them
can. But if you start and you stop, then it's
Okay.
so you want to try with something a little bit less, like, not your big thing, whatever it is.
Joy, it's not a red dragon, I don't breathe.
Perfect reason, perfect use of your life whether or not I can cast. It's a program.
Or detect magic.
Cure light wounds would be better if somebody's actually wounded.
Okay.
So can we, does this feel like a surface we can actually walk on or no?
No.
Okay.
More like a surface you can float in.
Okay.
Do I think water
Just can't
walk
get
would
me
work on
track.
this surface?
You can propel yourself kind of like swimming or even walking, but it's slow, like 1/3 walk speed.
So like muck.
Would water walk work on this?
Maybe. It appears to be water. The problem is, if this is the element plane of water, then theoretically everything here is water. So where would you walk? Exactly, that's the question. They're saying not having traveled a lot of planes yourself, you're not 100% sure how some things would be. That's a water spell, so it uses energy for the elemental plane of water to do what it does. So you're not 100% sure what that would cost. It either work really, really well, or it might do something unintended.
I'm actually curious. I usually play with things like that.
Everybody okay?
I'm good.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
Little bruise, I'm good.
Sorry about that. I may have pulled hard on your back right leg.
Did the chipmunk make it?
I think that the island's in this direction.
Yeah.
You can't. It's
Yes,
really
chipmunk
difficult.
survived.
It's really difficult to paddle
I
the
don't
boat.
know.
The little red snake.
They're in
The
their
little red snake survives. Checking for the viper. The viper survives.
How about the chipmunk?
It gives you
Yeah.
the
Viper. Okay? You have found your way to the elemental plane of water. You go to the island where Precipice lives.
The island's in that
We're not
direction.
sinking.
Charlotte thinks she knows how to get
It's
there.
true. The island's in that direction, and it's difficult to paddle the boats. It's easier. It's much easier to just push them. To have someone push.
Make
Let's
sail.
go see
Get somebody to
President.
push. You try that. Let's see. Everybody try and get to the nearest boat.
Okay. Takes a minute. Basically, it's a little bit like everybody's doggy paddling.
Can I fly out of the water?
Can you say? Try.
I'm gonna try.
Stay in dragon form and see if you can fly.
Yep.
Okay. Basically, you extend your wings and push, and there's so much like surface tension and suction, you're not actually clearing the water. And like you roll to your side, put your wing out, and push. And when you push down, you feel like there's more weight pushing on the top of your wing than you're getting forced from the bottom of your wing. So you're just like every time you lift your wing, you feel weaker.
All right, I'm transferring back to
Okay.
my normal self then.
All right, Septina has returned.
I don't need everybody in here knowing that I'm.
Well, I mean, we
already know. Trying to kill me.
Okay?
It could be an amulet. They don't know what it is.
Huh?
It could be an amulet or a magic
True.
item. They don't know what it is.
Except that it was instantaneous. But they figured. Just some magic.
She's a mage, she can transfer.
With my unicorn, no, she
Her
would be
kind
able to.
has a predisposition to not let anyone know. It's just that she always winds up not being able to keep that commitment.
Hey, I did for a long time at the beginning.
That's right. Even saved a couple people's lives without them knowing it was you.
Almost got attacked by us a couple of times.
All right. So, we're pushing the boat in the direction that Charlotte has said.
Yes.
All right. Time ebbs on. Bono at one point says, so how does time flow here in comparison to on the primary plane, just so we know? Because we got here, an hour or two before dawn, and we've got until tonight at midnight before she has to start laying the coordination. So how long can we theoretically be here without running out of time?
Is this something that I know? I roll to see what you know.
Well, you know from your training that if you think most of the elemental planes, with the exception of the elemental plane of fire, most of them, like, the time on the plane seems like there's a lot more time here than there is in the primary plane. Time flows much faster in the primary plane. And he said about 4 days. All right, well, that'll be good.
Well, the time moves slower here. I don't know if it's exactly 4 days.
Best estimate we've got right now.
All right, good. Well, let's keep moving. Okay, so you push on, and you've got about an hour or two. If anybody wants to do anything in their little canoe, training or bodybuilding.
New bodybuilding.
Actually, who's pushing? Are we rotating?
Bono will start, but if somebody wants to switch them out, again.
Which canoe? Can I be in the canoe? Oh, wait, can I be in the canoe with those two?
Sure. Fine with me. It's okay with them.
Okay,
So Jake, Charlotte, Janny, both snakes, and the chipmunk.
Okay, so
Okay, awesome. Yeah, there are two canoes, so there they need two pushers.
Man, I wouldn't like this. He would have healed me. All those bruises that we got. So you do
He's inferring he may need a healer. He said, I missed Theon, you would have healed me with all these bruises.
Not after
Well,
an
he
argument.
mumbles.
He mumbles.
I can use some salve. Let's
Here.
use salve.
If I can do it down here.
You can. Yeah, but actually, it takes a minute. But she's got to look at your wounds.
Yeah. I'm good.
That's what you were whining about? I think we all have.
Hey, they're not high level, okay? they garner their hit points.
We don't know the depth of their experience here. We were never properly.
Okay, you're expecting bedside manner from
Points
Lorelai?
as me and you're complaining.
You're expecting bedside manner from
No,
Lorelai?
I'm just saying.
But who's more likely to go out and be charged with
Yeah. So she
Whoever-
says, that's it? You were barely hurt. And he goes, yeah, but I don't like to be hurt. And
You never know. We're going to have to find a dragon.
Wait, no, not that one.
I'll heal whoever else is in the canoe with me.
No.
Well, you're in a canoe with me and Charlotte, so you have no.
He was pushing, he could easily get out.
Hey, I wanted to try practicing turning into a snake.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
So
it.
while she's pushing the canoe, Janny's turning into a snake. And remember that like you can actually only fully transform one time per day.
Okay.
So once you do it, you're done for the day.
It's like a little.
Are you saying I'm gonna do it later?
Yeah.
Maybe. It's a useful thing to be able to do, and when you turn back, you heal yourself. So.
I mean, usually I wouldn't be able to do it for long.
But now you can fully do it. When you do, it's only once a day.
Oh, I can fully do it now?
Yep.
Oh.
Made your level, that made it possible.
How long?
As long as you want.
Except that, you're probably in my canoe.
Sure. Right, I'm gonna turn into a snake.
Well, they've already called canoe together.
One time.
So we're.
Never mind. I'll just hold on.
Bono can push ours.
You're healed.
Okay.
Now I'm healed. Cool.
All right. So
Yeah,
roll
listen
like,
to-
so roll like goes around, and as long as you don't roll a failure roll, you can heal our back all the damage.
Awesome.
Go ahead and do right.
Anybody has lingering
Heal.
ailments?
All right.
One completing issue. Structural,
Gone.
all gone? So I have 2 points. Okay.
Healed.
Second,
Healed.
while we're doing this, at least during my period when I'm not pushing, I'm going to try
She healed
to
me
tune
first.
my
She healed anyway.
so that I can actually play it.
Well, besides him.
Okay.
He whined.
Roll
I
this.
think I have the lowest hit point probably.
2.
How many points do you
It's just, it'll play, but you don't get to really activate it.
Okay. Or
Janie, how many hit points you got?
51.
How many?
51.
Yeah, I told you, I have the least amount of hit points here.
That's the way straight meters are. But
Well,
nobody else can teleport either.
I can.
Or turn into a dragon, or breathe 75 points of breath weapon. So, which you want?
I have 36 hit points.
Okay,
That's my max.
and you have a priestess of Hecate. I'll heal you. It'll be okay.
I know. That's why I'm
Assuming
trying
each
to
of us-
Lorelai.
how many points do you have?
Stand under my healing. Oh, look, there's raining, and they were walking down the yard, and it was raining.
Oh, no. Poor baby, he's in a stroller. No.
Well, he's got it covered, so he'll be fine.
Sharing the water.
I got drenched twice yesterday. Both
Okay,
times, yeah.
so anyway, after a couple hours of pushing the canoes in the direction that Charlotte has, eventually what happens is you're seeing a lot more waterfalls. You've seen the creatures, many more of them, the elemental plane.
Are those things
water
dangerous?
What kind of fish do you have?
They're water elementals. So they basically they look like a wave, but then they have arms like this.
Are we going in the
You've
direction?
also seen sprites playing in and out of the waterfalls. You've seen maybe 50 waterfalls. They just sort of originate in the sky. The water just comes from nowhere, and they dump down into the big pool that you're sitting in. When you get close to them, they do disturb, which is really weird because where you're close to a waterfall, normally the boat kind of goes like this. Instead, the boat goes.
Stay tuned for more Lomoonian adventures.